Hi everyone, this is Dr. Lauren Hodges-Schumann, and I wanted to do this next video with a deeper dive into mindfulness and DBT. Have you ever found yourself lost for words or in the middle of a conversation and you realize you're not really there, or you feel like there's like this tornado going on in your brain and you can't quite pick out how you're feeling about a situation? Well, you're not alone, and that's where DBT mindfulness skills can really kick in. So, to start off, let's discuss states of mind. So, the last video, I discussed the balance that DBT brings in, and states of mind is about the balance we have between our emotional mind and our logic mind. States of mind is very important when determining, am I being too emotional or am I being too logical? We don't want to run our whole life with our emotion mind taking over, because then emotions aren't facts. At the same time, if we're leading a completely logical life, then that can suck out the pleasures of it, and we're not going to feel the essential joys and anger towards things. So you want to find that balance. And in the middle, that's where you find wise mind. Now, if you're like myself, when I first learned this topic, I wasn't sure if I was more emotion-minded or logic-minded at any given point. I knew that I wasn't quite balanced in the middle using both sides. So one way you can test this out is by tallying at 3 points in a day how you're thinking and feeling. In the morning, am I really driven by a certain emotion, or am I feeling more factual? Like, this is what I need to get done, this is how I need to do it, and I'm just going to do it. And then over time, you can test that off and see, did I label a lot of emotions primarily, or did I label task-oriented thinking? And that'll let you know which one you're dealing with more often. You want to use both. You want to think logically about something and also determine how you feel about the situation. So that leads us into the two parts of mindfulness and DBT: the what skills and the how skills. The what skills are what we're thinking about the situation. The how skills are how am I doing, participating, acting on what I'm thinking. We'll get into the how skills in another video, but I want to talk about the what skills. They're broken down into 3 parts: observe, describe, and participate. What do I observe around me? And that's the situation. What am I observing? What am I taking in this moment? I'm sitting on my porch. Describe. You want to use your logic and your emotion to describe what you're observing. What do I think about the situation? What do I feel about the situation? Facts versus feelings. And then the third, participate. Given what I'm observing and how I can describe what I'm observing to myself, how do I participate in this situation? Another way you can break this down is thinking of what's happening, what do I think, versus what do I feel, and now what do I do? And this can start off really simple. You can use these skills to think about the grocery store. Going on a trip to the grocery store. What am I observing in the grocery store? What I think about the grocery store. What do I think about the items that I need to get, the task-oriented part? How do I feel about these items that I need to buy myself? And then, now what am I going to do with this information? Do I really want to buy those cookies? Do I need them? Is my feelings overweighing those cookies? For me, it's ice cream. I'm going to buy ice cream 99% of the time. But based off of my facts and my feelings, are they aligning? Or do I need to challenge it? So, again, this is observe, describe, participate. Or, what's happening? What do I know to be true versus what do I feel about the situation? What do I do? Based off of what I think and feel, know. Do I need to accept what is happening? Or do I need to challenge it? Another example you could think of, you're in traffic, all right? And it's backed up like crazy. So you're observing the traffic, you're observing the stop and go. Describe the situation. What do I know to be true? I'm stuck in traffic. I can't move these cars. I'm sitting here. What am I feeling? Anger, disappointment, maybe anxiousness because I don't want to be late for work. So comparing what you know versus how you feel, you get to, what do? You participate. Do I challenge what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, or do I accept how I'm thinking and what I'm feeling? You're sitting in traffic. Unfortunately, a lot of times you have to just accept that that is what it is. But there's other situations in life where your facts and your feelings are not aligning. So you know, hey, this might be an irrational thing that I'm going through, and I can challenge how I'm viewing this situation. I can challenge what I'm observing. So, I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, please look out for the next video. I'm going to dive into the how skills of mindfulness in DBT. And the how skills are how you participate through the what skills. Again, I'm Dr. Lauren Hodges-Schumann, or Dr. Schumann, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll chat next time. Bye for now.